Check 1-2. The Toronto Metro Orangemen versus the Niagara Warpigs in Minoru Arena. Check 1-2. Welcome to the third day of the Canadian Ball Hockey Association's National Tournament. We have another men's A matchup today between the Niagara Warpigs and the Toronto Metro Orangemen. Both teams just in huddles around their nets before the game kicks off in earnest. And with that, the starting lineups will take to the rink, the bench players will take their seats, and we will get underway with our national anthem ahead of this, the first game of today's action. We've got 6 games in the main rink, and I believe another 6 in the Silver Stadium. the opening face-off of this game. The Orangemen are starting Paul Zarnett in goal, while the Warpigs are starting number 29, who does not have a name on their official roster page. Looks like it's number 26, Justin Cabral, taking the face-off for the Orangemen. Cabral wins it back. The defenseman looks up, gets it over to Cabral. They get it into the corner for Ricardo Pires. Pires tries to get it out in front, but it's taken away by the Warpigs. Warpigs look up ahead, try and get it into the near side wall, but number 17, Mooney Hadmani, picks it up. They look around. 19, Wines fires. Mike Nielsen back to pick it up for the Warpigs. Nielsen shoots it ahead to Brian Zolga. Back to Nielsen. Nielsen surveys his options, running it forward a little bit. He slaps it right down to the red line. It crosses the blue line. They're in. They shoot it out in front, try and tip it in on goal, but it goes wide. Orangemen pick it up. Up ahead to Bradbury. Bradbury shoots it into the corner for Morrison. Morrison loses control of it, and the Warpigs pick up. Try and go around, but the Orangemen take it back. Back to Monahan. Monahan passes, shoots, and it's off, and is back into the Warpigs' control. Zolga picks it up for the Warpigs, shoots it into the far side corner. The Warpigs are able to get to it. It's picked up by 96. They get out in front, but they can't get the shot off. Eric Camara takes it in for the Orangemen. He looks across, but he has his pocket picked. Warpigs turn things around. Crossing the red line, getting into the Orangemen zone. Martello gets it around the back of the net for the Warpigs. Martello passes it out in front, but no one's there to capitalize. A stick got up in an elbow, but no call on the play. Warpigs still behind the net with it. Capaldi plays it off to the side. They take a shot on goal. Capaldi with it again, tries to take a shot. Oh, and it's a goal! Capaldi span, passed it out in front, and Martello finishes the play, making it 1-0 on the first official shot of this game. And the Warpigs now have the power. 17:51 left to go in this opening period. One shot on goal that has been converted to a goal for the Warpigs. Toronto Orangemen will want to regroup quickly to take back control of this game, tie it up. Let's see if they can do it on this face-off. Roche loses the face-off for the Orangemen. Warpigs are trying to get control yet again. Oh, it was almost Maiden's, but it looks like, the Warpigs do have control of it behind the net. They look out in front, pass back to number 16. 16 wraps it around. Oh, and they score again! Downs! Ian Downs scores, making it 2-0. Oh, it's been waved off. It appears to have been waved off. The Warpigs bench is not happy about this, not sure why it was waved off. This game is still 1-0. 3 shots on goal for the Warpigs after that goal was waved off. Orangemen win it back, playing it behind the net. They look up ahead, pass off to the near side corner. Pontes has it. He passes it behind the net. Far side corner with the Orangemen have it. Oh, the Warpigs steal, take a shot, and it's saved. Oh, what a good save there. Great positional play. Orangemen get it up, shoot it down all the way to the Warpig side, getting a shot on goal against the goaltender. A big scramble to get control, but the Warpigs are going to come away with it as Ryan Nagy runs forward with it. He slaps it in, and it's off the glove of the Orangemen tender. Nagy again with it. It goes to the Orangemen. Orangemen trying to turn things around. Roche plays it back to his defender. Looking for an opening. Back to the defender. Cerquera passes it off to the far side wall. Carrera over to number 26, Cabral. Cabral with it, looking for an opening. The Warpigs are fighting hard to get it away from Cabral. It's up in the air, and the Warpigs glove it down, but it goes to number 19. Pyers gets it in on goal, but the play is blown dead. Orangemen look to have won the face-off. It's back all the way to Carrera. Out in front. Cabral takes a shot, and it's off the blocker and wide. Warpigs fighting in the corner with the Orangemen for it. Cabral hops over it. Slap shot off the blocker. Warpigs wrap it around, try and clear it, and it's into the Orangemen bench. The face-off will remain in their zone. Both teams making line changes after that play. Face-off comes to the near side corner. Monahan will take the face-off for the Orangemen. Against Martello. Monahan wins it back. It goes back to Cerquera. Back into the corner with Chris Morrison. Morrison looks around. Backhands it into the corner. No one there for it, but the Orangemen are able to pick it up. And then the Warpigs take it away, and they shoot it all the way down to center ice, but the Orangemen are able to keep it in. Back battle for it in the far side boards. Into the corner for the Orangemen. Cerquera shoots it in. Ball goes back to Cerquera, but goes all the way down, and Paul Zarnett has to play it forward. Cerquera shoots it up, and that'll go for icing as it hops the stick of Eric Camara. No change for the Orangemen, but the Warpigs take advantage, changing their lines to get some fresh legs deep into Orangemen territory. Face-off coming to the near side corner. Ian Downs taking the face-off for the Warpigs. Ian wins it. Goes off to the side. It's picked up. They take a shot, and the Orangemen block it. It's off the near side boards. Warpigs keep it in. Shoot it into the corner. Capaldi runs for it, but he loses it. Warpigs still fighting for it. It looks like they're able to take control as Capaldi looks around with it, looking for a passing lane. He tries to go behind the net with it, but he's blocked off. Ian Downs with it now. Downs shoots it around for Capaldi, but it hops his stick. Chapman tries to keep it in for the Warpigs, and he does. Back behind the boards. Downs with it again. Downs plays it off to Capaldi. Capaldi looks, shoots it out in front, but no one's there to take a shot off. Maiden's with it now. He tries to shoot it out in front, but the Orangemen are cutting off any passing opportunities the Warpigs try to make. Orangemen get it out, but the Warpigs retake control on a change. Warpigs managed to get in around the net. Tries for a wraparound, and the goalie covers up. Excellent play by Paul Zarnett there, closing the door and covering the ball as soon as it came within reach. Orangemen able to change now. Just over 14 minutes left in the first period. Shots are 5-2 in favor of the Warpigs. Mike Formica taking the face-off now for the Warpigs. Formica wins it back. They get a shot off, but it's into the boards behind the net. Orangemen retake control, shooting it around. Formica shoots it back into the far side corner. Warpigs able to take control, but they shoot it into the backboards where there's no one there but the Orangemen. Orangemen try and clear, and it's off the net and out of play. Face-off comes again to the right of Paul Zarnett. Terry Roche taking the face-off for the Orangemen against Mike Formica. Roche wins it back. Orangemen take it behind their net. Pass off to the left. Roche with it now. Passes it back to Creador. Creador shoots it up. Back into the Orangemen zone as the Warpigs try and forecheck hard to get control of that ball. They're almost able to, but Roche picks it up. Roche shoots it up. Off the stick of number 22, Paul Lima, who gets it into the back corner, but the Warpigs are faster and they get to it first. Lima trying to stay with it now as the Warpigs wrap it around the side. Up ahead to Formica. Warpigs enter the zone, courtesy of John Rorison. Rorison back. Slap shot. Oh, and it's off an expert stick in front of the net. A defender was able to keep that ball from getting on goal, and you can bet Zarnet's grateful for that. Oh, another tap-in attempt, and it's wide. Lima with it now. Wraps it around. During a change, they're looking to take advantage of it, and it goes for icing as it hops the stick of Justin Cabral. Face-off comes to the left of Paul Zarnet as both teams walk back. Cabral taking the face-off against Lovelace. Lovelace wins it back. Warpigs take a shot on goal, but it bounces and it's into the glove of Adam Carrera. Back all the way to Zolga. Oh, takes a shot and it's up high into the webbing. Lovelace tried to capitalize on a ball that came his way, but it went high and wide, and the faceoff will now exit the Orange men's zone. Coming to the near side boards. Lovelace will take this faceoff as well. Once again against Cabral. Ball is dropped. Cabral wins this one. Carrera shoots it up, and it goes all the way down, but will it go for icing? No. It stops just short of icing, and the Warpigs have to whip it around the boards. Lovelace with control of the ball now. Stops short, looks for a passing lane, shoots it in on goal, and it's covered by Zarnet. Shot 7-2 in favor of the Warpigs. The Orangemen not able to get much offensively going in this period, with 12 minutes and 6 seconds left to go. Warpigs lose that face-off. Orangemen play it behind the boards, and Cabral is up to try and collect it, but Lovelace is there to take it away. He sends it back behind the boards into the far side corner. Warpigs looking for a passing lane. Out in front, and it's tried for a tap-in, but the stick was lifted. Oh, and Lovelace shoots it into the far side corner. Orangemen able to take control. They have a chance for an odd man rush here as Cabral runs it in. Cabral stops up, passes out in front to number 16. Oh, and Downs can't finish. He shoots it just high and wide on the backhand. Now the Warpigs moving up again as Zolga shoots it all the way in for icing. This could be the opportunity the Orangemen have been looking for. They've only have 3 shots on goal this period to the Warpigs 7, and now they get fresh players while the Warpigs have to play with a fairly tired group. Ball is dropped, and Monahan wins that back. Orangemen trying to get in. Warpigs cut it off in front of the net. Zolga runs it up. Gets it across to 68. 68 trapped at the blue line. They're offside. Warpigs have to concede control to the Orangemen. Orangemen playing with it at the point now. Orangemen playing some passing hockey, trying to open up space for their players to run in and get some offense going. They shoot it all the way down, but the Orangemen are now offside, and they have to concede control to the Warpigs. Morrison runs in, trying to forecheck. Now it's off to number 89 of the Warpigs, who shoots it in, bounces off the glove of Zarnet, and the Orangemen regain control courtesy of Farouk Khan. Khan passes it off to Danny Pacheco. Back to Pacheco. Pacheco looks up, shoots it for Khan. It's cut off at the center ice, and the Warpigs pick it up. Ian Downs passes it across to Capaldi. Can't quite capitalize. Back to Downs behind the net. He tries to wrap it around, but it's off the goalie's glove. Ball shot around. Ref blows the play down. The net had come off, and so the play is blown down, and it looks like, let's see here. Yes, it was knocked off by the Orangemen, which means the face-off will come to the left of Zarnet. Downs to take the face-off for the Warpigs against Pacheco for the Orangemen. Downs is able to win it. Over to 67. Takes a shot off the goalie's equipment and out to center ice, but the Warpigs maintain control. Shoot it back in. Maiden's with it now for the Warpigs. Spins with it. Passes it off to Capaldi. Capaldi trying to run around the boards with it, but he's being cornered by Pacheco. Capaldi spins, shoots, and is off the goalie's glove, and he gets a glove. He thought he got a glove on it. It didn't quite. Orangemen able to clear the zone, but this might go for icing. No, there's a race for it. No icing. Orangemen forechecking hard, trying to take away this opportunity. Pacheco running after it, but the Warpigs get it up to Formica. Formica plays it back. They try and get it to Formica, but it's picked off by Adrian Hall. Hall runs around with it. Hall is a one-man army, not having the ball taken away from him at all. Joe Pontes with it now, gets it out in front. Oh, but he bobbles it. Pontes kicks it to the far corner. It's picked up by Terry Roche. Roche tries to play it out in front to Joe Pontes, but it's played all the way back into Orangemen territory, where it's picked up by Mike Stewart for the Warpigs. Stewart turns, looks at his options, tries to fire, and it's off the goalie's equipment, off the backboards. Ball still in play. Wrapped around by Joe Pontes, but it's picked up, by number 98, Zolga, who gets run into, but he's able to maintain control. Zolga jockeying with Roche for control now. Now the Orangeman, Chris Creador, takes it up. He's in, takes a shot off the stick of the goalie. Move to the side now, where it's picked up by Mike Nielsen, who gets it up ahead to Mike Formica. Formica plays it ahead again, all the way up to number 13. 13 turns with it. Goes all the way back down to Brian Zolga. He takes control, fires it across. Mike Nielsen with it now. Shoots it up. 13 with it again for the Warpigs. He tries to shoot it in, but the Orangemen pick it off. Chris Cerqueiro now. Warpigs pick it back up. Capaldi almost took it away. Oh, I'm sorry, that was Cabral. With it now. Warpigs holding control at the line. They try and backhand it, but the Orangemen pick it off. Odd man rush now, 3-on-1. They take a shot, and he scores! Laser blast from Glenn Bradbury, fires it top right corner, and makes this game 1-1 with 7 minutes, 10 seconds left to go in this opening period. Shots 9-4 in favor of the Warpigs, but this game is tied. Couple of the Warpigs understandably upset about that one. And a timeout has been called. Zarnat having a few words with the refs on his way to the bench. The Orangemen want to build on this momentum, and the Warpigs definitely want to crush it entirely. And you can bet that's what both teams are talking about right now. With the buzzer, the face-off will come to center ice now. Monahan taking this face-off for the Orangemen against Satachi for the Warpigs. Monahan wins it back all the way to Pacheco. Pacheco shoots it up, and they backhand it in. Deep into Warpigs territory, but the Warpigs corral it. Chapman looking around with it for the Warpigs. He shoots it up. Off a stick. Bounces off the wall, and Zarnett comes out and plays it over to Pacheco. Ball back into Warpigs territory, only now Morrison has it for the Orangemen. Morrison turns with it. Plays it off. It's lost out in front, and Morrison's able to tap it to Pacheco. They get a shot off, but it's lost out in front. Warpigs try and bat it out. But Morrison able to maintain control. Gets it back to Farouk Khan, who slaps it in, but the Warpigs take it away. High and wide, Pacheco corrals it with his glove. Warpigs running in with it now as Chapman tries to get around. Oh! And the Orangemen take control, running in. McCalco with it now. McCalla takes a shot, but is blocked away by the goalie. Orangemen still with control. McCalla with it again. Out in front. Goalie tries to glove it down. Ball still loose. They shoot it all the way down, and that will go for icing. Pacheco taking this face-off for the Orangemen. He wins it back. Creador with it. Takes a shot on goal, but it's high and in the boards. Orangemen fighting for control. They get it. All the way back to Creador. Creador takes a shot in. They try and tap it on goal, but it's wide. All the way back to Pontes, who slaps it in, and it's high over the glove. Another shot. Orangemen taking a lot of far-off shots as Nelson Pacheco shoots it right into the glove of the Warpigs goaltender. Terry Roche to take the face-off against Mike Formica. He wins it back. All the way to Joe Pontes, who slaps it in, but it goes off a couple sticks high into the webbing, and the face-off comes once again to the left of the Warpigs tender. Roche again takes the face-off, wins it back. Orangemen take a shot, but it goes wide. No shot on goal there. Adrian Hall with it now, but it's taken away by the Warpigs, who dump it all the way down. Won't go for icing as it goes right into the glove of Paul Zarnett, who covers for the whistle. Shots now 10-9. Orangemen with their first shot lead of the game. Game still tied at 1 with just over 5 minutes to go. Face off to the right of the Warpig goaltender. Justin Cabral takes the face off for the Orangemen. He loses it to the Warpigs. Chapman shoots it up. Behind the net now. Bounces it off the boards up to Mooney Hamdani. Hamdani to center ice. Hamdani tries to take it in, but they lose it, and the Warpigs have to play it back. Orangemen trying to forecheck. Ball goes across, and the Orangemen pick it off. 19 with the glorious, and it's in! Ricardo Pyers picks off a pass and fires it right into the Warpigs net. 2-1 Orangemen. They have their first lead of the game. Shots 11-10, score 2-1 in favor of the Orangemen with 3:31 left in this first period. Orangemen get a little homage to the Chicago Blackhawks as Chelsea Dagger blares over the speakers in the Minoru Arena. Cerqueira picks it up. Pass it over to Morrison. Morrison shoots it in. It's behind the Warpigs goal. Orangemen able to take control of it, but just barely as Morrison looks around with it in the corner, looking for a passing lane. Bounce it off the boards. Back to Cerqueira. Cerqueira chases it into the corner. Corrals it, runs around the net with it, tries to pass it out front, but it's picked up. It bounces off the net and is picked off by the Warpigs. Orangemen able to fight to regain control. Wrap it around the boards, back to Cerqueira. Cerqueira looks, turns, trying to escape. Can't quite make it. Ball is lost out in front, off the boards. 1-on-1. Carrera trying to defend. Across to Martello. Martello shoots. And it's off and into the wall. Martello fighting off a back checker. Passes it around. 96 picks it up for the Warpigs. He's held down. He can't quite move with it. Back around to Martello. He plays it off to Sitachi. Sitachi shoots and it's off the backboards. Up ahead now to Eric Kamara. In deep, Sitachi picks it up for the Warpigs. Wraps it around the boards where it's picked up by Capaldi. Jeff Capaldi back to Sitachi. Sitachi waves his team in. He wants to escape the zone, not go for a rush right away. He starts moving up center ice, but he bobbles the puck. It's picked up by the Orangemen. McCalla with it now. He shoots it on goal and it's sticked away. Ball goes around. Pacheco looking to pick it up for the Orangemen, and he does, shooting it back to Adrian Hall. Adrian Hall fighting for control, but it looks like Sitachi's going to take it away from him. Shoot it deep back in, but it's blocked off the goalie's pads. Orangemen pick it up off the rebound. Shoot it up. It was meant for Sean McCalla, but he just misses it, and it goes deep where Mike Nielsen picks it up for the Warpigs. Across to Brian Zolga. Zolga shoots it off, and it's off a foot, but it's picked up by Ian Downs. Ian shoots it in, and it's into the back wall. Ball shot, Mike Nielsen. Nielsen looks. Warpigs enter the zone, but the Orangemen look to be turning around quickly, but they won't be able to do it as Brian Zolga picks it up. Looking for a passing lane, but the ball is knocked away by Ricardo Pyers. Pyers fighting for it in the corner. Orangemen able to clear the zone. Goes all the way down. Will it go for icing? Yes. That one goes for icing. As number 81, Darren Chapman, tried to reach for his glove. It just missed, went all the way down, and now the face-off will come to the left of Paul Zarnett. Justin Cabral to take the face-off against Mike Formica of the Warpigs. Formica wins it, fires it, but it's off a few sticks into the webbing, and I believe the refs are going to rule that this ball will stay inside Orangemen territory. 1 minute, 1.2 seconds left to play in this first period, so it looks like the Orangemen are going to go into the final period with the lead. Shots 14-13 in favor of the Warpigs, but once again, those Orangemen are leading 2-1 after 20 minutes of play. Join us again in just over 3 minutes for the second period to see if the Warpigs can claw their way back. Oh! A quick shot right off the face-off, but it's not enough as it goes just wide, and the Orangemen do maintain that lead, which they will start the final period with in just over. After that, the second period is about to get underway in just a few seconds here. An exciting and close first period as the Orangemen look to be off to a great lead, leading 1-0 before the Warpigs were off to a great 1-0 lead early in the first before the Orangemen came back. Bradbury slapped one in, and then they were able to get another off of a spontaneous shot and now lead 2-1. Starting the second, 14-13 shots for the Warpigs, but 2-1 the goals for the Orangemen. Ball is dropped. Looks like the Warpigs win it back. Warpigs get it behind the Orangemen net. Try and shoot it out in front, but they can't quite get the shot away. Lovelace picks it up for the Warpigs. He gets it behind the net. Played in front to Lovelace, who tries to get a shot off, but it's blocked away and back into the corner. Creedor picks it up for the Orangemen. Now off to Cabral for the Orangemen. Cabral fighting for it, but he's got a Warpig right on him. Warpigs want a call, won't get one. Behind the net is number 13 now for the Warpigs, who gets it out in front, takes a shot, off, back to behind the net with the Warpigs. Passing attempt blocked by Chris Creedor. Ball is cleared around to number 18, Joe Pontes, but he can't keep control, and the Warpigs keep it in the zone. Ball all the way back. Shot in. Off the backboards. Picked up by Mooney Hamdani. Hamdani fighting to get back from the Orangemen. Orangemen shovel it out, but it's shot back in. Ball loose out in front. Number 13 fighting with it. And the Orangemen shoot it all the way down off the crest of the Warpigs goaltender. Both teams changing desperately now, but the Warpigs take control and will try and get back in as quick as they can. Stopped up at the red line. Ball goes off to Brian Zolga, who shoots it off the backboards. Paul Zarnett plays it back into the corner. Orangemen able to pick it up behind their net. They look up ahead. Fire it all the way down, getting it to Chris Morrison, but he might lose it to Zolga, and he does. Zolga picks it up, turns with it, running down the rink now. Zolga carries it in on his own stick. He looks at his option, tries to play it out in front, but is picked off by the Orangemen. The Orangemen get it up to Chris Creador. Creador shoots it into the back corner. Will this go for icing? No, it won't. No icing on that one as Zolga picks it up. Wraps it around to John Rorison. Rorison looks around. Passes it across. Number 96. Passes it up to Satachi. Satachi looks around. Plays it off to Rorison. Rorison. Martello tries to run with it, but he's taken down. His helmet's off. No call on the play. No penalties so far in this game. Ball shot in off the pad of the Warpig goaltender. Daniel Satachi plays it behind his net. Off to Rorison, who shoots it up to Maidens. Maidens tries to carry it in, crosses the red line, enters the territory, gets it onside for the Warpigs. Ian Downs with it now, playing it in the far side corner. Ian wraps it around, looks for a passing, shoots! Maidens tried to capitalize on an excellent pass by Downs, but he couldn't quite do it. Maidens shoots it around, trying to get it picked up by Jay Capaldi. Capaldi looks around, tries to kick it, but he's lost the ball. '89 tried to keep it in for the Warpigs, but the Orangemen are able to shoot it all the way down. Orangemen pick it up now, try and get it up, but it's picked off by Maidens. Maidens gets it over to '89. '89 tries to get it off across to Jay Capaldi. Capaldi gets it behind for '89 again. '89 looks up. Gets it across. Maidens can't get the shot off, and the Orangemen pick it off. It's stopped at the red line. Oh, here comes Paul Lima, who's able to get in. He looks for a passing lane. Can't quite find one, so he spins in the far side corner trying to fight for the ball, but he's got a Warpig right on him. He shoots it at the goal, off the goalie's stick, and up into the rafters, out of play. 15:42 left in the first period. Shots are now 18-13 in favor of the Warpigs, who are hungry to tie this game at 2, but currently they trail by 1. Terry Roche taking the face-off for the Orangemen. Roche wins it back. They shoot it. Oh, and it's picked off excellently. Here comes Mike Stewart, who shoots it just wide, but it's in the corner now for Ryan Nagy. Nagy looks around, tries to shoot it in, but it's off a couple legs and goes wide. Mike Stewart with it again. Fighting off 2 Orangemen for control of this ball right now. Shoots it into the center for Nagy. Stewart with it again, but an excellent sliding play blocks that shot. Nagy with it again. It's Olga calling for a pass, but he passes it to center ice. Ball loose. Ball goes all the way down to the red line. Hops the stick of Zolga, and it's back into Warpig territory. Zolga shoots it up. They slap it in, and it's off the goalie's pad. Warpigs have entered the zone again. Nagy chasing it. Nagy decides to move back. Stewart, Nagy, and everyone else making changes. Both teams changing their lineups. Orangemen flip it in to try and complete their change, but the Warpigs pick it off, and they're quick to move back in. Anthony Lovelace with it now enters the zone for the Warpigs. Lovelace gets it into the corner. Warpigs play it back to the red line. Slap shot! Blocked out in front. Warpigs with it again. Zolga shoots it around. Ball over to number 13, but he can't get the shot off. He finally does get the shot off. It's bouncing all around, all crazy. The Warpigs can't get it into the back of the net, so Zolga picks it up at the red line. Zolga shoots it in, but the shot is blocked and shot out back to him. Cabral shoots it up ahead. Orangemen are offside. Warpigs get it all the way back in deep. They try and play it off for Lovelace, who tries to shoot, but his stick gets in the way of it. Behind the net now, the Orangemen are fighting for control. Lovelace there too. Joe Pontes with it now for the Orangemen. Crosses the line, passes it up to Ricardo Piers. Penalty now being called against the Orangemen. As Lovelace takes a shot, it gets across, and they take another shot, but Paul Zarnett saves them both, and that'll do it. Play is blown dead. Orangemen taking a tripping call, and the Warpigs will get the first power play of the day and the first power play of this game. Hopefully, they will be able to capitalize and make it 2-2 on this excellent opportunity. Currently, the Warpigs lead shots by 23-13. They have had no shortage of offensive opportunities, but they have not been able to beat Paul Zarnett since the first period. 13:33 left to go, but for the next 2 minutes, Joe Pontes will have to sit for tripping. Lovelace takes the face-off for the Warpigs. He wins it back, takes a shot. That won't find the back of the net, but Mike Stewart had an excellent opportunity there, scoring the 24th shooting opportunity for the Warpigs. Orangemen trying to go for a shorthanded opportunity, now playing keep away with the ball. Waiting for the Warpigs to get close and then flipping it all the way down to the other end. And Zolga is back there to pick it up for the Warpigs. He looks ahead, passes it off to Jared Maidens. Maidens passes it back to Mike Stewart, back to Maidens. He passes it across, back to Zolga. Winds, fires, and it's just wide. Ball loose out in front. Orangemen with it now. They'll definitely look to clear, and they do, getting it all the way down. Zolga will run back to pick it up. His goaltender will play it forward to him. Zolga pointing up, looking ahead at his options. Flips it in. Matt Martello will chase it down, but he can't quite get to it. It's up and around to Adam Carrera for the Orangemen, who loses it to the Warpigs. Warpigs with control. Shot back to Lovelace, who takes a shot, but it's just wide off the backboards. Over to Mike Stewart. Stewart to Zolga. Over to Lovelace. Lovelace looks, winds, passes. Zolga with it now. Back to Lovelace. Lovelace shoots, and it's high and wide. Find the net now is Daniel Satachi. Over to Stewart. Stewart back to Zolga. Zolga to Stewart. Stewart tries to deke around a diving player, but he can't quite do it, and the Orangemen pick it up. They look ahead. 30 seconds left in this power play. They clear it down. Lovelace picks it up for his team as both teams change their lines. He passes it up, and they get control. Lovelace looks around. Winds, passes. The Warpigs get it into the far corner. Back to number 68, who bobbles it. Power play ending. No goal. No power play goal on this opportunity for the Warpigs. Orangemen pick it up. Oh, and they score again. The escaping Joe Pontes was able to run all the way down with his line mate, Ricardo Piers. They get right in front of the goaltender, pass it across, and it's in the back of the net. A beautiful 1-2 play off a sprung Joe Pontes. 3-1 now for the Orangemen. You see it all too many times in hockey. One team feels confident. They think they're going to tie it up on the power play, but they can't capitalize, and the momentum goes the other way, and that's exactly what happened for the Orangemen. They killed that one off. Joe Pontes, fresh as a fiddle, runs all the way down the ice, and hey diddle diddle, the puck's in the back of the net. 11 minutes, 20 seconds left to go in this final period. The Orangemen with a commanding lead of 3-1. And they'll look to hold on to it as they win the face-off. Back to Creador, who shoots it up, but the Warpigs take it back. Zolga shoots it in. I'm sorry, that was Ian Downs. Out around. Chapman picks it up for the Warpigs. They get it into the far side corner. Out in front to Ian Downs again. Ball bounces up, but the Zolga is able to take control. Downs fighting for control in the corner. Gets it across to Jared Maidens. Maidens looks with it. He tries to fire, but it's off the foot of an Orangeman. Oh, a penalty is being called this time against the against the Orangemen. And now the Warpigs will get their second power play opportunity of the game. Hopefully, this one will go better for them than the last one. Couple of Warpigs fans to my right saying, let's use this one. Justin Cabral will serve the 2 minutes for this one. You have to wonder if the momentum is still going the Orangemen's way. After a serious power play upset, killing it, and then immediately scoring off the stick of the man who had been serving the penalty, they must be feeling very confident about their abilities to kill this one off as well. However, that could also play against them, because if they underthink their opponents, the Warpigs will capitalize, and the momentum will be going their way. They may be leading by 2 goals, but that can be quickly cut to 1, which then can be quickly cut to none. Whistle is blown. Warpigs win the face-off, get it all the way back to number 89, who looks around, passes it up. John Rorison with it now. Passes it into the corner for the Warpigs. Back to Rorison. He winds, fire, shoots this off a player out in front. They get it all alone, but they bobble the puck. Orangemen take control of it. Puck loose for 89. He picks it up over to Rorison. Rorison shoots it off. They get out in front. Back to 89 at the point. Over to Rorison. Rorison passes it off to the near side corner. Ball up in the air. Rorison has it now. Back over to 89. Back to Rorison. Over to Loveless. 13 with it now. Back to Rorison. Rorison to 89. 89 winds. Back to Rorison. Rorison shoots, and it's off a few players into the far side corner. Hamdani picks it up. Over to Rorison. Rorison shoots, but it's blocked out in front, and the Orangemen are able to clear. 89 with it. Moving up the ice. Over to 13, who gets it into the zone, courtesy of Hamdani. Loveless with it now. Over to Hamdani. Gets it over to Mike Stewart. The net comes off, and the ref rules that it was the Orangemen's fault, so the face-off will come to the left of Paul Zarnett. Both teams making full line changes now. Shots are currently 24-14 for the Warpigs, who are losing 3-1. They may have been getting more opportunities, but clearly the Orangemen have been getting the better opportunities. Ball is dropped, but the whistle is blown almost immediately. The face-off will be redone. Loveless to take the face-off for the Warpigs. He loses it to the Orangemen, and the Orangemen flip it all the way down. Mike Stewart with it now for the Warpigs. Passes it up to Zolga. Zolga looks across, looking for a passing lane. Can't quite find one, so he takes it behind the net. Pass it off to the side. Sitachi looks for the shot. Can't quite get it, so he shoots it into the near side corner. Ball off to the front, but Mike Stewart picks it up. Over to Lovelace. Over to Zolga. Zolga back to Lovelace. Lovelace winds, fires, shoots. It's blocked by the toe of the goalie, and he scores! My goodness, Daniel Sitachi off the rebound, excellently able to deke around the goalie and bury that goal on the power play. First power play goal of the game goes to the Warpigs, who have cut that deficit down to 1. They trail 3-2 in this game now, courtesy of Daniel Sitachi, who was able to make an excellent stick play to bury that ball. Formica to take the face-off now against Capaldi. Formica wins it back. Goes over to Mike Stewart, who gets it deep. Danny Pacheco with it now. Passes it off to Cabral. Cabral moves up with it. Tries to get around. Ball shot in. Warpigs with it now. Nagy looks around with it. Fires. Wide. John Rorson with it now behind the net. He turns, gets it out in front to number 9. Number 9 takes 2 shots with it. They both won't go, though. Rorson shoots it around. Warpigs. It looks like the Warpigs have been called for high sticking. After 2 power play opportunities for the Warpigs, 1 successful, 1 not so much, it looks like the Orangemen will now get their chance on the special teams. John Rorson will take a seat for the Warpigs. He is clearly unhappy about that high sticking call. Cabral still down for the Orangemen in the corner. The trainer talking to him. His players tapping their sticks, trying to cheer him on. And he's able to walk away under his own power. Just under 8 minutes left to go in this final period. Shots are 26-14 in favor of the Warpigs, who trail 3-2 and now must kill a penalty. The best they can hope for is what happened on their first power play opportunity. The Orangemen successfully killing that off, springing Joe Pontes, who is able to run all the way down, receive a pass, and score. And of course, the Orangemen will hope this will go much more similarly to the Warpigs' second power play, where Sitachi was able to score that beautiful stick play goal right in front of Paul Zarnett. The Orangemen win it back. Pyre shoots it in around the boards. Bradbury is there to pick it up, but the Warpigs fight away and shoot it all the way down the ice. Zarnett out to play it up ahead to Pyres. Pyres with it now. Pyres looks at his options. Passes it over to Carrera. Carrera loses it. Ian Downs tried to get a short-handed goal, but he can't quite go with it, so he just turns around. Ricardo Pyres with it now. Tries to shoot it in, but it's turned right back to him. Ref says they're still offside. Pyres tries to shoot it in, but it's fans on it. Now they're in. Back to Carrera, over to Pyres. Pyres back to Carrera. Up to the far side boards. Over to Carrera. They shoot it in, and it's off the boards. Warpigs try and shoot it all the way down, but they can't quite do it. Back to Carrera, over to Pyres. Pyres winds, passes it off to the side to Monahan. Monahan looks, over to Carrera, back to Pyres, shoots, and that's off the back wall, over to Bradbury. Bradbury around to Monahan. Monahan with it now. Turns. Fires it back to Pyres. Pyres, pass it over to Carrera, back to Pyres, over to Carrera, back to Pyres. Pyres to Monahan. Monahan back to Pyres. Pyres shoots and it's off a few bodies out in front. The Warpigs get a chance to clear, but they shoot it right into the bench, and the face-off will come to the right of their goaltender. 6 minutes left to go in this game. Shots 26-14 in favor of the Warpigs, who still trail by 1 and have 2 minutes and 11 seconds left to kill in that high sticking call. The best they can hope for is that they kill this entire penalty, which will mean they will only have 4 minutes of hockey left to play to tie up this game. Monahan to take the face-off for the Orangemen. Monahan loses it to the Warpigs, who are able to clear it all the way down. Zarnet's there to play it for the Orangemen, who plays it up ahead to Creador. Creador shoots it up to Cerquera. Back over to Creador, who slaps it in off the wall, and the Warpigs tender will cover that for the whistle. Face-off will come to us right now with 1:50 left to kill in this penalty. Ball is down. Warpigs win it again. They'll look to clear as soon as possible, but they have to run it behind their boards. They shoot it around, and Creador can't corral it. It goes all the way back to Zarnet, who plays it ahead to Creador. Creador looks up ahead. Decides to run with it himself. Up at the red line now. Creador looks, tries to pass it in. And it's ruled that the Orangemen were able to clear the zone, so now Morrison has it. Passes it back to Creador, who passes it back to Morrison. A bit of back and forth there. He passes it up to his other defender. Monahan with a beautiful shot off the blocker, but the Warpigs are able to block that and clear it all the way down the ice. So Zarnet picks it up, shoots it up ahead to Creador again. Creador looks up ahead and gets it up to Cerquera. Cerquera looks with it. Over to Creador, who slaps it in off the backboards, but the Warpigs looks to get there first, who will then try to clear it all the way down the ice, and they do. Once again, Zarnet will play it up ahead to Creador. Creador looks ahead. Pass it off to Morrison. Morrison now looking up. He starts running. He flips it in on his own. He will chase it himself as well, trying to pick it up from the Warpigs, who cleared around the boards. But the Orangemen are finally able to keep it in. Ricardo Pyres shoots it up ahead. Back to Pyres. Slap shot. Goal! Ricardo Pyres able to make this game 4-2 in favor of the Orangemen, redoubling their lead against the defending Warpigs. Warpigs killed off almost that entire penalty. Only 23 seconds left to go when Pyres struck gold, making this game 4-2 on the power play. 4:15 left to play. Lovelace takes his face off for the Warpigs, but he loses it to the Orangemen. Orangemen quickly break in, trying to build off this momentum. Eric Camara chasing it down, but it goes around to Zolga. Zolga looks ahead, tries to pass it, but Camara was right there. Orangemen flip it up and into the Warpigs bench. Face-off comes inside the Orangemen zone because of where they flipped it into the Warpigs bench from, and the face-off will come to the right of Paul Zarnett. .13 to take the face-off for the Warpigs. Orangemen win it. Come away with it. Kamara looking up with it, but the Warpigs take it away. Slap shot! And it's blocked out in front. Kamara picks it up again, but it's stripped by Zolga. Zolga, the assistant captain for the Warpigs, looks around, tries to shoot it out in front. They backhand it off to Lovelace. Lovelace backhands it in. And a fight has broken out between two players, but they're quickly down, and the refs are quick to break it up. The ref's arm was raised, so someone is going to be taking a seat soon. 3:36 left to play in this one. The Orangemen once again with a commanding 2-point lead. The score 4-2 in favor of the Orangemen. Shots 26-16 in favor of the Warpigs. It looks like Nelson Pacheco will be serving the penalty for the Orangemen. If he can make it into the bench. Door gave him a little bit of trouble there, but he's in now, and he will take a seat for two. The Warpigs are 1 for 2 on the power play. But on that first one where they were unable to score, the Orangemen were quickly able to turn around and capitalize. 13 to take a face-off for the Warpigs. Orangemen win it, launch it all the way down. It's played up to Lovelace. Lovelace moves it up himself. It's in off the stick of John Rorison. Orangemen trying to turn it around at the blue line, and they do, shooting it all the way down. The tender plays it up ahead to Mike Nielsen. Nielsen slaps it around the boards, trying to get it in deep. But the Orangemen are able to clear the zone yet again. Goalie once again plays it to Nielsen. Nielsen looks ahead with it. He might try and run it on his own. No, he flips it off the boards. Mike Stewart there to try and pick it up for the Warpigs. Turned around, and it's gotten by Mooney Hamdani. Hamdani back to Lovelace. Lovelace looks around. Across to Nielsen. Nielsen back to Lovelace. Lovelace fires, and it's off the goalie's pads, and now it's up high in the air. And he takes down Cabral as he tried to clear the zone. No call against Lovelace, but the bench clearly wanted one. Warpigs. Warpig knocked down now. Back to Lovelace. Lovelace winds, passes over to Hamdani. Hamdani tries to get it across to Stewart. Stewart back to Lovelace. Fires, shoots, and scores! Anthony Lovelace making this game 4-3 with 2:29 left to go in the penalty to Nelson Pacheco. So they will get more time to try and capitalize on this one. This might be the turning point the Warpigs were looking for. With only trailing by one now, they have 2 minutes and 39 seconds, 2 minutes and 29 seconds, a penalty time left to go, and 2 minutes and 5 seconds left in this game.
First and foremost, the cameras got kicked off over there because some lady who's videotaping stands up and stands on her PVR. Secondarily, you think they're shooting here because it's not actually people on
Refs talking it over with the Orangemen as it looks like another player has sat down in the penalty box. Zoom. Downs to take the face-off. He wins it. Warpigs coming away with it now. As Mike Stewart tries to move up with it. He gets it up to number 67, Jared Maidens. Maidens plays it back. Plays it back to Stewart, who gets it across to Satachi. Satachi plays it up the side. Back to Satachi. Satachi winds, fires, and that one's high. Zolga is there in the corner to play it for the Warpigs. He gets it over to Stewart. Stewart gets it back over to Zolga. Zolga behind the boards with it. Trying to play it behind the net to get away from the Orangemen. Backed up to Satachi. Winds, fire, shoots, downs high and wide. Mike Stewart with it now. Over to Zolga. Zolga looks up out in front, tries to get it in. Ball bounces up. Orangemen get it, trying to clear it around. And Monahan will clear it all the way down. Just 65 seconds left to go in this game. Stewart tries to get it in, but it bounces off a player, goes all the way down. 60 seconds left, 54 left in the penalty. This arena is getting very loud. Over to Lovelace. Lovelace winds. Over to Satachi. Satachi back to Lovelace. Lovelace shoots it up. In the corner now. Zolga has it. Ball loose out in front. Back to Stewart. Stewart back to Lovelace. Lovelace shoots. Ball loose out in front again, and the ball is shot out of play. The ball is ruled to have gone out off the Warpigs, so the faceoff comes outside with just 21 seconds left to go, 16 seconds left in the power play. And this is exactly how the Warpigs didn't want it to go. They had looked to be building some excellent momentum, and now they're being forced out of the zone after the ball exited off one of their sticks. It looks like the Warpigs have called their timeout now to try and think of how they can come home with a W after this one. We saw it at the end of the first period. The Warpigs very nearly tied it up going into the second with just 1.2 seconds left to go. The shot, unfortunately, was wide, but had it been on target, we would be looking at a much different game right now. So you have to figure they're going to try something similar to cap off this period. Teams lining up now. 13 is here to take the face-off against the Orangemen. Goalie still pulled. The Orangemen come away with it, but they can't get the shot on goal. Just 15 seconds left to go. Mike Stewart goes back to play it for his team. He tries to shoot it in. He finds the player. They shoot it in deep. 37 is there for the Warpigs. They try and shoot it, but it goes wide. Lovelace is there, takes a shot, it goes up. And that's it. The Orangemen come away narrowly with a 4-3 victory. That'll do it for this game. Join us again at 2:30 for our next game in Men's A. I'm Levi Laughlin.